I like both your haircuts, to be honest.
Oh,
Very fresh.
I saw Theron's sunglasses. I was like, oh, that caught my attention. I didn't see his new hair, but good do, bro. You're doing it.
thanks. Oh crap, we're live. Come on down the wise cuts if you need to. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, welcome.
As soon as we go live, everyone stops talking.
It's just crazy. It's like there's that prep, there's that like, oh man, when is the live button gonna go on, and when am I gonna hit the numerical 3 key to start the recording into Pro Tools? Like, how does that? Oh man. So yeah. But welcome to the show, everybody. What's up, Theron? What were you gonna say?
What happened was, I thought that me showing my glasses would matter, but then I realized that this is radio and no one can see me, so it doesn't matter.
Does my breath smell bad?
Exactly. Who cares?
We gotta get this podcast in 4D.
You are getting this podcast in 4D.
The 4D off the top rope.
What did you say about F the revival? What? Who said that?
Too sweet.
Very good.
Very good.
Well, anyway, before this podcast started, they're just like Jeff Jarrett. That's all I got. That's what you're missing on the iTunes version.
I totally am. I even have on a Wise Cuts landscaping T-shirt. Hey, if you need your lawn cleaned, come on down to Wise Cuts. We'll take care of you.
I don't know what that means. I don't get that reference.
Jeff Jarrett's from the country, man, so he's probably wears like a long sleeve landscaping tee with his baseball sunglasses, chewing his dip, wearing Wranglers and his boots.
He's wearing a shirt that's cut like ripped in 3 different directions. It's a white collared shirt.
Oh, double J.
Jeff Jarrett's always managed to be the center of attention somehow, hasn't he? I don't know how. He's always in the show somehow.
Do you know what the best stunner was like from the 90s is when Steve Austin's like walked up to Jet Jarrett, did his little strut, and then stunned him? Oh man, that was so good. I wish I could see that gif right now.
Oh my gosh, I do remember that, dude. That is so good.
I don't want to get disconnected, but I feel like I need to see this.
Definitely on a commercial break. Go check that out.
Yeah.
Or pause the show and everyone go look that up.
Oh my gosh,
stunned by Steve Austin.
Yeah, he does the strut. I have it perfectly pictured in my head. It's like
right into his face. Yeah, it's like
oh,
it's glorious.
Oh my god, I have the glasses on again. I'm sorry.
It's cool as long as it doesn't distract you from your podcasting work.
No, it doesn't.
I can't even see it, bro. But hey, welcome to the Bro Club. Very good. This week we're talking about the fallout from Sexy Star, the show that will. We're talking about Sexy Star, and then in addition, we're talking about the show that will not be mentioned, but will be mentioned because it's seriously on its last leg, being held together by some shoestrings. I think you know what we're talking about. 3 little letters. Well, actually 6 letters if you combine them all together, but nonetheless. We're also talking about the Mae Young Classic and, of course, Raw and SmackDown. I don't see a question of the day on the outline, but I'm sure there's probably going to be a question of the day that pops up between now and when I introduce Tommy in the question of the day. So, Tommy, what is that question of the day?
Just complete on. Okay. The question of the day, speaking of stunners, what is your all-time favorite stunner for Stone Cold Steve Austin? Just think all back through his career. Even after he's retired, he's got some good stunners. He comes back to every WrestleMania, kind of stuns someone. So everyone think back and think about your favorite stunner from Stone Cold Steve Austin's career, and then we'll answer that at the back half of the show.
Oh, that should be good. That should be good. All right, well, let's jump in here real quick. Last week, over the last couple of weeks, there has been some turmoil within the Lucha Libre promotions, specifically with Sexy Star injuring Rosemary. And of course, we had talked about how the wrestling community came to the aid of Rosemary and basically has ousted and ostracized Sexy Star. But Sexy Star did release a statement and basically said that it was a shoot and that she didn't hurt Rosemary, in which everybody is still vehemently pissed off at Sexy Star. What do you guys think about it? Tommy, what's your take on this?
I don't know. Like, I think there's like a big like language gap here, and there's a big like cultural gap. Like what goes down like lucha libre Mexican wrestling is just way different than what goes down like up in the Indies, up in the United States, or what goes on in Japan, or what goes on in Europe. Like that's kind of cool about pro wrestling is it's everywhere, but it's all have like this different like cultural like intricacies. So I think that's what's kind of getting confused here. Like she doesn't understand what she did, or she's not apologetic. I don't know. It's so weird because like she's such a face. She's like the ultimate like baby face on Lucha Underground, and to see her like I don't know. I'm trying to think of the equivalent. This is like Natalia like being an asshole and like breaking like someone's arm on SmackDown Live. It's like what, or like Mickey James or someone like really sweet like Alicia Fox. I don't know, someone you just wouldn't think of doing this and now she's like the heel, like doing this. I don't know. I think I said this last week too. I think this is got to be an angle somewhere down the line or somewhere. I don't know. I think everything in wrestling is coming between a work and a shoot, and I think this is getting close to work territory. They're going to work this back into some kind of like AAA storyline down the road.
Theron, what's your take on all of this?
Alicia Fox is a snake.
Yeah, all right.
Starting to beef.
I'm joking. You referred to Alicia Fox as sweet, but she's a psycho, man. I mean, I feel as though, from what I've seen, I don't think it was a work. I think it was a straight up shoot. Like, it just goes back to the video of her jerking on her arm like 4 or 5 extra times after she'd already tapped out. So she was obviously trying to hurt her. I mean, how do you work that back into a storyline later on if like the whole wrestling community is like blackballing you, maybe blacklisting? I'm not sure. One of those is right. So I'd side with Rosemary's Peeps, and her being stripped of the title is just kind of like that. That just makes you wonder, like, did she know what she was doing? Like, I mean, I would think she did. Like, why would they strip her of the title if she didn't do anything wrong? Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because AAA came in and said, we're going to move past this, but we're not going to keep the strap on Sexy Star. So they kind of put their foot down on it, and is, I don't think they're really saying much beyond like let's move forward. So yeah, that's crazy. All right. Well, in other news,
hey, Sexy Stars, she's armbarred our momentum right there.
Yeah, she did. She
it was hard to talk about. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's fine, man. It's there's other news going on. The show that will not be mentioned, that we will mention. Listen, TNA has been.
Oh God, you said
I
it.
know. I'll be cursed for 5 minutes, but look. Here's my take. Right, I got back into really heavy into pro wrestling again, probably about 5-6 years ago. Probably about 5 years ago. Just started watching Raw again. Got cable here in Portland, and was like, man, I'm geeking hard. And I was like, I really want to see other promotions. And then I heard about TNA Impact, and of course, like Hogan was on there, and like all these other names: Bully Ray, Sting, Jeff. I wanted to say Jeff Jarrett, but that's not right.
That is right.
Jeff Hardy. Well, Jeff Jarrett, yeah, sure, but I didn't see it when he was in it. I was really thinking of Jeff Hardy. But nonetheless, I'm like, man, this promotion could be really cool. They're doing it in Orlando. It's like, it's more intimate. It's more, all of these cool things. And I was like, man, I really want to give it a chance. And then, of course, LOL TNA was like the biggest thing on the internet and still is. And I was like, man, why can't people just give this promotion a chance? It's super sweet, super cool. All these great wrestlers, Bobby Roode, Beer Money, all this stuff. And of course, just problems, crappy storylines. And then, of course, Dixie Carter injecting herself into like the storylines and all of this. And it just really was the slow start of a dumpster fire. And then sure enough, here we are today, to where this promotion is still alive. Bleeding like a stuck pig, but it's still alive. It's, it's hanging in there. The boat, I should say the boat is still afloat, but it's leaking a lot. And now news came out pretty recent that Jeff Jarrett is taking an indefinite leave, And then today we hear, if you're reading some of the news on it, Sports Illustrated, I can't remember the journalist's name, but he was talking about how TNA is basically hemorrhaging money and they're just losing money. Just that's it. They're just throwing it out the window. And for them to continue to be on Pop TV, they wouldn't make a profit. So they're in a position where they could still stay around, but they won't make any money. And they're basically looking to sell. If you remember in the past, this company has been plagued with a myriad of different issues and problems. Billy Corgan trying to take over, and then Dixie just and whomever, whatever other owners being like, no. So we're just going to give, Billy Corgan crap for everything. And then, of course, the Broken Brilliance with Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, that whole debacle. And then, of course, Alberto Del Patron being in there and, of course, running into issues. And then, of course, on top of all of that, compounding, TNA just in a lot of debt and still trying to figure out what they're going to do. So here we are today that Anthem is basically trying to get out of the wrestling business. They realize that they've taken in too much water. The boat is sinking. They don't know what to do. Jeff Jarrett has left, basically stained their company green. That green is terrible. GFW is stupid. And again, going back to my original point, I actually, for a hot second, for a good 2 weeks, I was like, man, GFW would be sick. Be so cool. Another wrestling promotion. And then it all happened. And I was like, this is the dumbest thing. Why? I really liked TNA. I still sort of do because of EC3 and some other folks, but that's my whole take on it. It's unfortunate because these are a lot of talented wrestlers that are going to be out of a job wherever they wind up going. They'll be successful, but yeah, that's the state of TNA's business. Tommy, what do you think about all of this?
TNA, yeah. Ultimate love-hate relationship. I don't know. Like you said, like we were getting back into wrestling. TNA was good, man. They had Austin Aries, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. I mean, look at the roster they had. A great women's division. Like they were doing great women's like ladder matches and like really good like storylines before WWE even had their Divas Revolution. Before they even had Total Divas, that was a good place for women to go and actually get some good wrestling work done. And then yeah, it's just been a slow, steady decline on a roller coaster. It's just like that decline. That's just like that, and they're hitting one rung after that. I'm surprised they're still here. Like if you had told me they were gone in 2015, wouldn't have shocked me. 2016, it wouldn't have shocked me. And now we're almost into 2017, and they're still somehow kicking. There's just seemed like they've done so many dumb things with ownership changes and different like roster moves and getting rid of all these awesome wrestlers, and they instantly excel in WWE or NXT. It's just like then they do something right with the Hardys, and they screw that up by letting the Hardys go, and then like try to drag the Hardys gimmick back into their world without the Hardys. It just doesn't make sense. Like just keep doing so many dumb. I don't know how they have any goodwill left for wrestling fans, and they've killed all my goodwill with them. I'm done with them completely. I think the Hardys thing was the last straw because that got me to come back. I think it was like last summer when they did the final deletion stuff, and that was like a little viral video that kind of got me back into it. Didn't really get back into TNA, just got me back into the Hardy Boys, really, to be honest with you. So, yeah, and let's see that go away. I just have no more interest in TNA or GFW or Impact Wrestling. So I'm just done wiping my hands clean. I kind of hope they go away so all the wrestlers on the rosters can be free agents and they can go to Japan, ROH, or Pro Wrestling Guerrilla or anywhere like that and do some fun stuff down there.
Darren, what do you think about it?
I remember when TNA was just a small lad. Basically, TNA is what I turned to that got me back into watching professional wrestling on television. I was bored. I came across it. It was at the height of Hogan, Flair, Bischoff, evil Jeff Hardy, around that time when he had that horrible match with Sting. They had a fake Four Horsemen. They had Immortal, which was Hogan's like faction, which contained that Fortune group, all in one, and it was really entertaining. And then they had the turn of Bobby Roode on James Storm. That was Storm. They had all the cool matches, like all the cool women's matches, like the Madison Rains, Velvet Skies, Angelina Loves, Gail Kim, like all those people that went there. Mickey James, like it was really dope. Sarita and God, I can't remember the chick's name that's in NXT now, but it was dope. Years go by, the stories get stale, much like WWF and WCW in like early 2000, and they're just losing money. Dixie Carter's losing money, but somehow staying open, somehow managing, not paying talent, sending talent home, and still managing to be open. And I'm just like, I don't know how this is happening. Then she gets out, and then Jarrett comes back, and I'm like, okay, all right, well, he'll turn it around, because he kind of had they had a decent stuff going on when I started watching. He was involved. Sinking ship, though. And it's like, is it going to sink or is it going to stay? But if you're saying that they're not making any money whatsoever, then I just don't see them lasting past next year. Like, there's no way. If they're not going to make a profit, who's going to buy them now?
Well, there was talk. There was a couple of things I actually want to bring up from all of this. But to answer your question here, Theron, from what I'd read, and please, if you're, if you know more information, please, correct us. But basically they're looking at it going, yeah, if we're not going to make any money in the future, what's the point? Like, what's the point of going on? WWE has and is now in a better position and best position, but they have and were interested in the past to just buy the tape library. They were like, look, we'll buy you. We don't want to continue the promotion. That'd be stupid, but we do want your tapes. We would love to have that for the WWE network. All of Rude's tapes, Sting's tapes, Kurt Angle's tapes, anybody and everybody that was a part of TNA that's now moved over to WWE. That's a massive library. All of AJ Styles stuff. It's like 12 years of AJ Styles. That's incredible. The other thing, though, that I do want to bring up that Tommy had mentioned was, yes, dude, the women's matches in TNA, especially Taryn Terrell versus Gail Kim. Dude, that's the first time I've ever heard a Holy S chant and this is awesome chant in a women's match. And I was blown away, man. I watched that match numerous times. Like,
I have never watched it in my entire...
dude, it is good, dude. Look up Gail Kim, Taryn Terrell. This was like shortly after Taryn Terrell was like a referee, and then of course is starting beef with Gail Kim, and it makes you think like, oh, she probably can't wrestle, she's just a ref. But dude, Taryn Terrell kills it, dude. She is so good, dude. That
wait, she kills it?
Didn't
she leave to go be like a pastor's like wife, and now she's back?
Well, I don't know. That I don't know about, but I do know that they put on incredible women's matches, and it's absolutely worth watching. But to Tommy's point too, this happened before Divas Revolution. This happened before, Total Bellas and all of that stuff. Like, this was the place where women could go and, really have a fighting chance, like really put on some cool matches. So it's just sad to see it because they've tried, but there's, to Tommy's point, just mismanaged. It's been terribly mismanaged. And to see that, you could go from TNA to NXT and just skyrocket, or even to WWE and just skyrocket, is like, yeah, if you had just treated the talent right and used them correctly, put them in good positions and good stories, then yeah, they're going to carry your company. But TNA didn't see it that way. Dixie Carter didn't see it that way. And it's unfortunate because, it's 2017 and it's still limping along. And, now it's like, to Anthem's point, is this even worth, like, this isn't even worth continuing. Like, we would just continue it, which great. The fans would like it. But from a business standpoint, it's like, this isn't worth keeping. So who knows what happens in the future here. But we do need to take a commercial break. I don't know if you guys have any other things you want to say about it, but anybody?
TNA, yeah, rest in peace. Pour 40 out for him.
Wait, what? Rest? They're not even done yet. Are they done? Have they gone under?
No, not quite yet, dude.
Did they buy the farm?
Writing's on the wall, bro.
Did winter arrive?
I was so close to saying a Game of Thrones spoiler, dude, but I just drank some Rainier beer and it stopped me. So.
Don't do it, man.
I watch every episode. What do you
You're all the way caught up? No, we're not talking Game of Thrones. I'm on episode 0.
Do you remember that time with Tyrion? Oh, sorry.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
You know what that means.
And it's going to get you killed. Because I'm the king of the cruiserweight.
Let's talk about this during the commercial break.
This is a commercial break.
All right. Hey, so we always do the live commercial here on the YouTube live taping. And so, hey, listen, you're listening to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. We absolutely thank you for listening. Of course, our international fans, we have a fan that is in the United Arab Emirates. And I thought it was my buddy Tyler, and he's like, no, it's not me. It's somebody else. And I was like, dude, that's incredible. So, hey, shout out to our fan in the United Arab Emirates. Thank you very much for listening to the show. And of course, all of our other international fans all over the continent, all over the globe. Look, this is really fun. And we still hope to hear from you. Send us a tweet, send us an email or anything, man. Just contact us. That'd be really fun. But of course, we do have a sponsor for the show. That's Mike Monster, MikeMonster.com. It's apparel designed for MCs, lyricists, and rappers. But of course, it could be anybody. You're cutting promos. You're in pro wrestling. It's all about, proving yourself and being confident. So, hey, get the gear that makes you feel confident. You look confident. You look great. Awesome designs. And of course, get the official Bros Before Elbows official t-shirt. Use promo code. I'll hook you up with a deal here. It's 20% off. You use the code Bros Before. It's the number 4 elbows, and that will score you a 20% discount on your entire purchase. You can buy a t-shirt. You can buy other things if you want. Of course, do it. And of course, follow Mike Monster on Twitter, on Instagram, like them on Facebook, check out their website, and of course, share their webpage with a friend. Of course, keep following us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Tout, wherever, man, we're everywhere. But let's get back to the show. Thank you for listening to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. All right, jumping back in to the ring here, sending off that TNA ship, letting it set sail and fall into the middle of the ocean.
That's excited ship.
Yeah, let's just excited ship, exactly. Let's talk about Mae Young Classic. Have you guys watched it at all?
I've skipped around, man. I started watching it on Labor Day just because there's like nothing else on, and it's just like, it's Labor Day. There's nothing. There's like no TV on. There's just like, might as well start watching. So I watched episode 1 because it had Shayna Baszler, and she's a former MMA fighter, so I was kind of interested in that. And then who's the Asian girl? Who's the Asian woman? Who's pirate. That's. I don't know if that's a real person. She's like a pirate gimmick, and she's a good diving elbow drop. Anyone know what I'm thinking? It's like
I don't know her name, but I know what she looks like.
But I don't know her name.
I don't want to mess it up.
But you don't know why we're here.
I think it's like Kara Sane or something. Or
hold on,
I don't know. Yeah, anyone can look that up. It's
wait, did she fight that Bianca Belair chick in that wrestling match?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. I watched that match. I wanted to watch her. I watched her first 2 matches. I watched Shayna Baszler's first 2 matches, just because they're the most recognizable names to me. And they had also Candice LeRae, who's Johnny Gargano's wife, I guess,
Candice
as well.
Okay. They also had that chick from Straight Edge Society, man, Serena Jeeb.
Yeah, she wrestled some Scottish girl who's like Nia Jax.
No. Serena Jeeb wrestled the Cardinals and Sons former talent acquisition.
Yeah. Then the next round, she wrestled the Scottish girl who's like Nia Jax. Like, who's like Kevin Owens. It's kind of cool.
I haven't seen all that stuff yet. I'm only on episode 1.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's got to skip around. Carrie Zane. All right. Cool. Check.
I don't even know who that is.
I still need to see some matches too, so I'm only on episode 2.
Got to skip around, dude. Yeah. I don't know. I can't watch it in order, or else I'd
fall asleep. I mean,
you out now. It happened like really fast. Like, whoa.
It did happen real fast. I think they wrote at least like an episode a day, it felt like, or something. It had to be.
Yeah, it felt like with CWC, it was like, ooh, once a week. Like, cool, I can follow this. Like, but it's like, oh my gosh, there's already 8 episodes. Like, geez, like wow, okay, that's fast. I'm way behind.
Didn't even watch CWC yet. Whoops.
Spoiler alert, TJ Perkins wins.
Yeah, I know.
The king of the cruiserweights.
The king of the cruiserweights.
TJP.
But nonetheless, Mae Young Classic is definitely worth watching. I just have not watched all of it yet.
Oh yeah, I'd recommend it for sure. Yeah. I think the live finale is like next Monday or next Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
You are absolutely totally correct, because I just saw the advertisement when I was trying to watch episode 1.
Man, why'd they do it so fast?
Yeah, why'd they do? They should have done it like at the beginning of the summer and like just tiered it out for like the 3 months during summer, because nothing else is going on during summer, dude.
Well, they need a new NXT champion. So
maybe
it worked
that's it,
out perfectly.
Oh, okay, yeah. Damn.
Maybe the winner of the Mae Young Classic faces Ember Moon for the vacant title.
Or winner of the Mae Young Classic just gets the vacant title and then loses it to Ember Moon.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, if you win the Classic, I mean, I get that you get a trophy. That's rad. You won the inaugural championship. But what about all the other folks that are in? All about the other women in NXT? Like all of a sudden, like,
come challenge me for my title. It's
I really guess, but like Peyton Royce is in the Mae Young Classic. Like, I feel like she would be at least a contender, and she gets looked over. You know, like
she can be the first challenger.
I guess, but I don't know.
Look at my title; it's shiny.
Either way, whoever wins, if they do put the title on them, then good. Just immediately like have like a contenders match, because I don't know. I just feel like you're rolling over a bunch.
So what would you do then to crown a new NXT Women's Champion? Would you create another triple threat? Seen it. Quadruple threat? Done it. No DQ quintuple threat? Maybe.
Do a ladder match.
A ladder match.
Ladder match sells everything.
Of all the matches you could pick, you give me a ladder match.
Yeah, why not, man? You gotta climb to the top. Not only do you have to best your opponents, but you also have to climb this obstacle. That's my thought.
Who wins the ladder match? Peyton Royce? Ruby Riott?
Asuka.
She didn't have a shoulder blade.
She's going to the main roster. What are you talking about, Asuka?
Why not, bro?
How does she win? Is she like about to lose, and then the lights go out, and all of a sudden, standing in the entranceway? But
why are you getting involved?
It's CM Punk with a wig.
He distracts the two competitors in the ring, and they get caught in like an Asuka, like, I don't know, knockout strike, and she climbs and wins. Asuka.
Oh my gosh.
The horrible booking right now. Sorry, I'm still trying to write storylines. They would probably throw their coffee at me. They'd be like, why would she do that? She's undefeated, undisputed. Hasn't lost a match in over a year. She doesn't need CM Punk to win. She doesn't cheat to win. She's Asuka. Warrior.
Nah, she's done some questionable things to win the last couple of times, but I'm not going to hold that.
The last time she broke, she hit her with the, whatever it's called, Asuka lock.
It's a devastating.
But you're right, though. She has done some, not necessarily sneakiest of the sneaky, but still nonetheless questionable moves for an undisputed warrior princess.
Sometimes that happens. But hey, let's move on here. Raw recap. Did you guys watch Raw this week?
I watched the highlights.
Okay. You got to remind me exactly what's going on there. And I know I've watched it, but I can't right now remember exactly what happened. You know that. Wait, what's up?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do know that Strowman destroyed Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
Big Show looks exactly like Butterbean.
He does.
And he just got decimated. He just got thrown through a cage, which was pretty crazy. Didn't they have a? Oh, that's right. There was another. I think it opened the show or something, or some part of the show. There was a Cena Reigns, another promo that had happened, and what I took away from it, and I even put it in our notes here, that Cena endorsed. Excuse me, The Miz.
Of all people.
He endorsed him, dude. He was basically like, I respect The Miz. I don't respect you, Roman Reigns, but I respect The Miz more than I respect you, Roman Reigns, is basically what he had said.
Where's John Cena getting his internet wrestling community cred? Because like everyone, the internet wrestling community was on The Miz for like the last like 6 months and like respecting him and his work he did on SmackDown. And now Cena's getting on board. On that hype train, on that bandwagon.
He sees him grinding, bro. The Miz has been grinding for such a long time. Darren, what are your thoughts?
He's right. I mean, not necessarily right in respect or not to respect, but he did. He said, I respect The Miz. The Miz has grinded and clawed all the way from the days of MTV to actually get in to WWE as a runner-up on Tough Enough, and then to have the success he's had, a WWE title run, the Intercontinental Championship, and he said he was like, he's a big, whiny, delusional baby, basically, but he grinds it out, whereas you don't. So the battle lines are drawn. Cena versus Reigns. No mercy. Does that mean then that Reigns once again lost on the mic to John Cena, who, by the way, was called the best promo by his girlfriend, Nikki Bella, who's also his fiance? What do you think about that? We're talking about John Cena versus the likes of CM Punk, Kevin Owens, Kevin Nash. That should be a question of the day. Who's your best promo? Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. I mean, the list goes on and on. And you're going to tell me that John Cena is the best promo? That's where I draw the line in this entire storyline.
That's the one thing you fixated on.
I need Reigns to destroy Cena and send him back to Hollywood where he belongs. Because this is the same John Cena who 4 or 5 years ago called out one Dwayne The Rock Johnson for being too Hollywood and leaving the business, and now he's doing the same exact thing, and I don't like it at all. So I hope Roman Reigns proves he's the biggest dog in the yard.
So stupid, so dumb. So dumb. If Reigns goes over on Cena, it's gonna be so dumb, dude. It's gonna be so dumb, but it's exactly what's gonna happen. It's exactly what's going to happen.
Why should Cena go over Reigns?
Exactly. For what purpose would that serve?
Just to make the people happy, dude. Just
who would it make happy?
Everybody, dude. Everybody would be happy if Reigns lost, dude. Come on, true, Cena. I don't give a crap if it's Super Cena American cheese pizza. I'm hungry. I want some pizza, damn it. I want some American.
You gotta face the fact of the matter is this: Roman Reigns is not a guy; he's the guy of the future. Cena. I'm sorry. I'd rather this story be told with a man that gets no respect, and that's the Viper Randy Orton, than with Cena. Then I would say, cool, Orton takes out Reigns.
What?
You goddamn right. Right here.
This belongs on a soapbox. This doesn't belong on a regular segment. That take is too hot.
Absolutely. How are you going to tell me that Super Cena is the free agent? He's the guy that goes wherever he wants to go, challenges whoever he wants to challenge, comes to Raw and says, I'm here just to challenge Roman Reigns. That's your beef? That's what you come to Raw for?
Yeah, why not, dude? He can do that.
He's a 15-time champion. Why don't you
come and challenge for the Universal title? Since you're so big and bad, and nobody can lace your boots.
No, bro.
I see you don't want to step up to Brock Lesnar because you know what happened last time. He dog-walked you. That's right, I said it. Cena's scared of Lesnar.
Dude.
I'm destroying your storyline. I am the Jim Cornette of this podcast right now. I'm calling it
super kick, Jim.
And I don't respect Super Cena for what he is to the people. I don't respect it. Dolph Ziggler does a better John Cena than John Cena does of himself.
Wow.
Why are you burying Cena, dude? Bro. Burying Cena's Cornette.
You're going to sit here and tell me that John Cena needs to go over Roman Reigns? Are you kidding me? He's 39 years old. His body's deteriorating. It's time to hang up the boots.
That has nothing to do with it, bro. Batista's like 50 years old. Undertaker's like 500 years old. Freaking dude, no, dude.
But Roman Reigns can't win because he can't promo. He's a horrible promo. I don't know how you come from the Anoa family, which produces The Rock, which produces the Wild Samoans, who don't even talk, but they're a better promo than their freaking offspring. Are you kidding me?
Dude, what are you talking about? Jinder Mahal's the champion. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Jinder Mahal sits in a skybox and watches Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura in what was one of the best matches of the week. Highlight, I'm telling you right now. As WWE champion.
Where's that
Not
Jinder
WWE
versus
jobber.
champion? Jinder versus Roman feud that everyone's clamoring for.
Oh
Fine.
my gosh, dude!
I'd love it, and I'd love to see the big dog kick Jinder Mahal's teeth straight down his throat.
No, you know what? I would love to see Mahal beat Reigns. That's what I would love to see.
Why would Mahal beat Reigns? Mahal has already been champion for how long has he been champion for? Total?
Like 100 days or something like that.
He's been champion for 100 days too long.
100 days too, dude. I'm just so sick of Roman Reigns. I'm so sick of this. Like,
you're gonna get all the Roman Reigns that WWE and Vincent Kennedy McMahon can give you, to the point where they put Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose back together to detract from the main event scene, so they can give you more Roman Reigns.
It's so dumb, dude. So we know Roman's gonna win. Because he's Roman Reigns, he's the underdog, and he's gonna win. He's the big dog. He's big dog in the yard. Got my bone, throw my bone around.
But what if he's in the match with Cena? He spears him. Super Cena kicks out.
I'm liking this. Okay.
Right? Super Cena kicks out.
Go on.
Right? He spears him again.
Okay.
Super Cena kicks out again. He's setting up for another spear. The lights go out.
Wait, what?
They come back on. There's a man in the ring with a hoodie and sweatpants, and Reigns is up on his shoulders. And GTS, when he takes the mask off, and then the gag.
And then what's going to happen?
Super twisted. Rewind it. He takes off the hoodie, and it's Hideo Itami.
Oh, what? All right, I can believe that. But then what happens is Reigns versus Itami. Reigns wins.
No. What happens? They rewind again. And Tommy takes off his mask, and it's Old Man Withers from Scooby Doo.
Oh my gosh!
He goes over Reigns.
Tommy, dude, it's just so stupid. I hate Reigns, man. I can't deal. I can't hang.
Tommy, how do you feel about Roman Reigns? How does Tommy feel about Roman Reigns?
I think he's more. No, he's still in John Cena's camp. Even though Roman Reigns was in the new Jetsons versus WWE movie that just came out, or Jetsons in WrestleMania movie that just came out on Google Play. Yeah, no, he's still in John Cena, but no, I don't hate Roman Reigns that much, man. I mean, he's a good wrestler. He is a good. I mean, and he's not going over that much. I mean, people complain he's going over. But he's got his ass kicked repeatedly by Braun Strowman.
That's true.
Roman Reigns held a title. I'm trying to think. Was the last time he held the Universal title, the biggest title on Raw? Has he held that title yet? Even never. That's kind of crazy. So people complain how much he's going over, how stale his character is. But I don't know. I like this feud with John Cena. I want to see where it goes. No matter who wins, I think it's going to be an interesting kind of mini feud for the WWE.
Yeah, I did a lot of that bantering just to get the story going. Just to keep it fresh.
It's hot garbage. That's what I think Roman Reigns is, hot garbage.
Why is Roman Reigns hot garbage?
It's
and
hot
the
garbage,
New Day.
man.
Do you have a vendetta against the families of times past? What's your beef?
Bro, here's my beef. Here's my beef. What's for dinner? Green beans. I don't want green beans for dinner. Well, guess what? You're going to eat some effing green beans. Here's a spoonful of green beans. Eat these damn green beans. I don't want green beans. Gonna have green beans, damn it. Like, no. Can we have like hot dogs or something? Or can we have like pizza? Or can we have like anything else but green? Nope. Force feeding you these green beans. Here's your green beans, kid. Shut up. Green beans. Like, no, I don't want effing green beans anymore, dude. Roman Reigns is green beans. I don't want damn green beans anymore, dude. I'm tired of it, dude. I'm just so tired. But it's the underdog. You haven't had green beans in like 23 hours. You haven't had green beans. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so sick of it, dude. Gosh, and you know, to Tommy's point, yeah, Braun Strowman destroyed him, decimated him, blew him up, put him back together, blew him up, put him back together. And that was great. Fans loved it. But this whole underdog story, this whole like big dog story, this whole it's my yard, like I have a beef with that too. It's like, dude, it's not your effing yard, bro. It's not your yard. It's not your yard. It's not, dude. It's just quit saying it is, because it's not. Okay, you're just a guy. To John Cena's point, you're just a guy. Okay, you can wrestle. Great, wonderful. You can take a lot of damage. That's cool, but you're not the guy, dude. You're just a guy in the roster. And give it to somebody else. I'm just tired of seeing it. It's years of reigns, dude. It's like 5 years, half a decade of reigns. It's like, I'm tired of it, dude. No more green beans. Get this guy out.
I guess that's probably how some people feel about Randy Orton and John Cena. They've been here like for over 10 or 12 years now.
Sure.
You're probably sick of them. Yeah.
All right. We got to take another little quick commercial break here, and then we'll jump back into we'll talk about a little bit of SmackDown Live. We got some Ellsworth, Shane O'Mac, and then we'll answer the question of the day. So, hey, you're listening to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. You can check us out, of course, on YouTube. And if you are subscribed to us on YouTube, you're probably listening to the live feed right now. So hit that subscribe button, elbow drop that subscribe button. Also, share the show with a friend. Check us out on Facebook. Hit that like button. Check us out on Twitter and follow us. Check us out on our Tumblr page. We just post, I just post the podcasts and stuff up there too. Just another spot. And of course, the most important, subscribe to us on iTunes. Subscribe to us on Podbean. Share the show, talk about the show. We absolutely love, chatting with folks on Twitter and such. So can't thank you enough, because we just do this show for fun and we have a blast doing it. Of course, a big shout out to our sponsor, Mike Monster, MikeMonster.com. Buy yourself an official Bros Before Elbows t-shirt. Use promo code Bros Before, the number 4 elbows. Score yourself 20% off on the final purchase. And yeah, man, that's all I can say is just check out our show, like the pages, subscribe, keep in contact with us. And yeah, we'll keep having fun and elbow dropping and bantering about, silliness in the pro wrestling world. But back to the show here. SmackDown Live, the blue brand. All I'm going to say real quick on this, because I want to make sure we have time for question of the day and Shane O'Mac. Ellsworth, is he ousted? Have you guys watched it? Have you seen the recaps at all with what happened with Ellsworth and Carmella?
Was he kissing someone? I saw like a screen cap of it. I don't know what was going on. What happened?
He was kissing Carmella, bro. What do you mean? He's a boss pimp.
Wow. I didn't know their relationship went to that level.
Let me tell you what really went down in the DM. That's what the kids say these days. Long story short, Ellsworth's been costing Carmella a lot of sneaky plans. Okay? Mm-hmm. So last week, Carmella comes out to the ring with Natalya as a partner. She plans on screwing her. Ellsworth exposes it. Mm-hmm. She's mad at him. This week, she has a matchup against Natalya. He throws her Money in the Bank briefcase in the ring when she's got like an upper hand. She freaks out. Like, what are you doing? Throws it back at him. Doesn't cash it in. Gets rolled up for the 1, 2, 3. She gets pissed off at him. She calls him a troll, an inbred, many other inappropriate things from the princess of Staten Island, right? Mm-hmm. Or queen or whatever she is. Segment ends. Later on, they're backstage. He smoozes up to her. She tells him that from now on, things are going her way. Then she kisses him. Then she slaps him. And then she walks away.
So the question is Ellsworth still with Carmella, or
she kisses him, then she slaps him and walks away?
So is that like a kiss of thank you for what you've done, but I'm out? Like the slap was that's it? Like move on?
She kisses him. She slaps him. She walks away.
Ah, Ellsworth.
I'm pretty sure they're still together.
I don't think so, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to see Ellsworth actually wrestle now.
In 205 Live, because that's the only place he can wrestle.
Man, that's fine, man. I'm cool with that. I have no beef with that. I could see Ellsworth repping the 205.
Ellsworth versus Enzo.
Oh my God, dude!
That is like that is the once in a life. That's the Cena Rock of 205 Live.
Oh my dude, they could build that so big, dude. and actually have Ellsworth like do a really good job. I would be I'd buy that. I'd buy that as its own pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. Well, hey, another cool thing I want to point out. I didn't put it on the outline here, but just thinking real quick about the 205 about SmackDown Live. I thought this was pretty sweet. AJ Styles reopens the U.S. Open Challenge, the U.S. title Open Challenge, but only to Ty Dillinger. I thought that was pretty rad.
I think it's good. That's good, man. I love the Open Challenge, man. That was so good. Again, props to John Cena coming around for
Oh
his
my
match.
God, John Cena.
It all comes back to John Cena. But yeah, I think that was a good nod to that, and I think it's great for the U.S. title, man. It's like saying like they need an extra belt, like having the TV title. If they do the U.S. title every week, I think that's good, and it gives guys like Ty Dillinger a chance to have their time in the spotlight and have good matches with people like AJ Styles, which I'd probably never have a chance opportunity to do if they didn't have that Open Challenge.
Yeah, that's very true. Theron, what do you think?
Where's El Generico?
Oh my gosh. He might come back now that he's jobbing to freaking Aiden English.
Why is he jobbing to Aiden English?
I don't know, dude. Many questions circling 2017.
Sorry, we're talking about the U.S. title Open Challenge.
Yes.
I think it's great. I think Ty Dillinger deserves a rematch. Hey, if he can do what a lot of men can't do and beat probably the best wrestler in the world, he's a U.S. champion. That's a big boost for Ty Dillinger. He's a perfect 10. I'm just saying, where's El Generico in all this? I feel like he's coming soon.
Possibly. I would like to see that. But, yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. I just wanted to sprinkle that in because it was like AJ specifically picking out Ty Dillinger and being like, hey, man, you had last week was unfair because Corbin came out and screwed everything up, but you're a worthy contender, and I feel like we could put on a good match. So let's do this. So, and also to that point, you got to beat AJ Styles to win the U.S. title. You have to beat AJ. You have to beat the number 2 guy in all of pro wrestling, according to the PWI 500. But nonetheless, you have to beat one of the best guys in pro wrestling to become the U.S. champion. So that's pretty sweet. Moving forward here, Shane O'Mac. Man, Shane O'Mac gets the look of the dad look of disappointment from Daniel Bryan. Did you see that, Theron, on SmackDown Live when Shane O'Mac hit Kevin Owens?
Yeah. Don't talk about the mini-max.
Yeah, dude, the mini-max, exactly. Shane O'Mac was like, dude, don't talk about my kids. And then basically Kevin Owens said, you're better off dead. You should have died in that helicopter crash, which is pretty brutal.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Was that a shoot or was that real? I mean,
that's
those are the same thing. Was that
a
work or a shoot?
I'm like, you can't say that on Heat, man.
He did. Fired. It was even in the highlights.
Oh, crazy. I know they give Kevin Owens a lot of leeway with what he says on the mic. They basically tell him, like, here's basically where you need to, like, the point you need to make. Like, get here. How you get there, that's up to you. You're good enough to do it, to handle your own. Definitely draws a bunch of heat. And then Shane O'Mac goes off on him and starts beating the crap out of him and throws him over a table and punching him. And then Daniel Bryan and everybody runs out, and, like, there's just a picture. It's funny if you see it on the internet. It's like this just look of, like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. It's just that dad look that he gives Shane O'Mac. And then it turns out that Shane O'Mac is indefinitely suspended. So, which means that he is now open to fight, which is the perfect lead up to Kevin Owens versus Shane O'Mac. Because it's not like, I'm the commissioner, I'm just going to fight you. It's like, dude, I'm not the commissioner anymore. I'm still part of SmackDown. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to be a wrestler, and I'll wrestle you, Kevin Owens. So I think that's pretty sweet. What do you guys think? Tommy?
Shane O'Mac back there. I love that feud, man. Someone said on Twitter, I said, like, to keep throwing, like, crazy ideas at Kevin Owens and seeing if he can, like, not drop the ball. And he keeps, like, not dropping the ball. No matter, like, what feud you put him in, he, like, adapts the situation and just, like, comes out looking better. Like, the craziest idea, like, hey, can you mix in, like, murdering and death into your promo of Shane O'Mac on a PG show? And you spin that nicely, and sure, man, I'll work it in. And Kevin Owens does it, man. He's He's a jack of all trades, man. So impressive. So yeah, I love the Kevin Owens doing anything for you. If he can get a feud out of Shane O'Mac, and Shane O'Mac's like 40 something, and he's not a full time wrestler, and he can get a good match out of him. If anyone can do it, I think it's Kevin Owens.
Darren, what do you think?
Why is this match happening again?
Are you joking? We just freaking talked about it. Are you kidding me?
But why are we getting this match?
Oh my god!
It goes right to Tommy's point. You give Kevin Owens anything, and he will turn it in to a lucrative outcome. If they're making him do murder, death, kill scenes on the PG show, he finds a way to do it. They're making him wrestle a 47-year-old man who has no relevant claim to the Owens legacy, meaning that beating Shane McMahon will do nothing for Kevin Owens at all. Won't further his career. Won't get him a title. Shouldn't get him a title shot. Why are they wrestling? Just to mess with Kevin Owens and see if he can be the guy in every situation. Could he become the next heir to the throne of the cerebral assassin? Could he be that character forever in the legacy? I mean, Kevin Owens puts on a good match. I didn't understand why they were having this beef. Like, I guess they don't want him in the title picture of any kind. I'm just not sure. I'm behind it. I'm sure it'll be a great match. We saw AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. That was awesome. So that's cool. I don't understand the direction of Kevin Owens. Like, why?
I think I'm just kind of thinking off the top of my head here, but it kind of goes back to when Shane fought AJ Styles. It was basically like I'm going to fight you because I'm going to bring the best out in you. Like, if you fight Shane O'Mac, you bring your best. Like, you're going to showcase the best of your talents. I don't have to beat you, but I'm going to make you work for it. So that's kind of like Shane's angle. So maybe they just really, really want to showcase Owens' style. I mean, they're beefing because of the special referee and of course, Owens blaming Shane O'Mac for all the times that he lost and all these things. But I think ultimately it's just they're beefing because people want to see Shane versus Owens and see Shane do crazy stuff and really bring out the best in Kevin Owens. So it's almost like a rite of passage, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Steve Blackman did it.
Fought Shane?
Did you just say Steve Blackman?
Yeah, I did say Steve, but he did fight Shane. And the famous scene where Shane's on the top of like the Titan thing and he's getting hit with a kendo stick, that was a street fight for Steve Blackman. So weird.
I know what it was.
I know, but it's weird though. Because that was a badge of honor back in the day, but like it's just weird that the WWE writers back then like chose to go for Steve Blackman feud and waste a Shane McMahon feud on Steve Blackman.
He took that bump that was epic though.
That's
pretty amazing, yeah.
He should be dead. I mean, that was a pretty nasty bump.
It was pretty brutal, man.
Pretty much.
Wait, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it because Kevin Owens just said it. So, sorry. Sorry, Shane McMahon. You deserve to be alive. You have a beautiful family.
Yeah, I love Shane O'Mac, man. He's great.
That's so crazy. Crazy that he returned after all these years, and look what he's doing. He's having fun, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, dude. He's getting bigger, too, so makes sense that he's going to, wrestle. I don't know. He just looks like he's in better shape. All right, let's jump into this question of the day. Tommy, your question was, again, the best stunner?
Yeah, let's think back. Inspired by the Jeff Jarrett getting stunnered right in his face. What was the best favorite Stone Cold Steve Austin stunner of all time? He's had a lot of good stunners over the year. I think I'll go first. I think of it just. I remember that time when I always go back to this when like there was like 30 refs in the ring or like 50 refs in the ring, and Stone Cold Steve Austin started stunning all of them for some reason. I have no idea what the backstory is, but it was like Stone Cold Steve Austin in the ring with like 30 refs, and he had like stun his way out of the situation. It's somewhere on YouTube. We should post it this week on our Facebook and Twitter pages. But yeah, he stunned like 30 refs, and some of the refs like didn't sell it at all. It was just like horrible. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. So Steve Austin is kicking people in the stomach and stunning like air like half the time. It was glorious. So it was just like a culmination of stunners. That's my favorite. Theron, do you have a favorite stunner?
Wasn't there a time where he hit the ring and stunned a bunch of wrestlers in the ring?
Yeah, I think we're they were doing like
Royal
that
Rumble, right?
He did do a Royal Rumble. Yeah, I did think he did in the Royal Rumble one time. Yeah,
that's my answer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Austin stunners everybody.
Yeah, that's my answer too, man. He like enters in through like a semi truck, and then he beats up like a bunch of people backstage, and then he makes it like to the ramp, and then he just enters the ring, and there's like 50 guys in there already, and he literally just stunners every single one of them, dude. It was I think he won that Royal Rumble too, but
I think it was a survive. I think it might have been before Royal Rumble, but the storyline was when they were doing the ECW versus WCW versus WWE, and I think Austin was either on WWE or he was turning on WWE to go WCW. He did like a turn or something, and like he switched alliances. But yeah, he was just beating up like left. He's either beating up all of WCW and all of ECW, and it was like glorious.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that was so good. Anytime you see stunners, man, I do have to say there's a runner up, and that's any stunner that The Rock took. Just watching him flop around. I think it was one where he gets stunnered, flops around, stands up, drinks a beer, and then gets stunnered again or something like that. Like
he did that. He did. He popped up. I don't know, man. He just like over exaggerated so much, but it was glorious. It was awesome. It was perfect.
Oh,
it was glorious.
Glorious. Oh, Bobby Roode. I'm so glad you're in SmackDown Live, man. That's awesome.
Future WWE champion, Bobby Roode.
You're straight up, dude. Bobby Roode's a million. If you don't like Bobby Roode, well, that sucks. You should consider liking Bobby Roode because he's great.
If you can't be in the Bro Club if you don't like Bobby Roode.
Yeah, dude. Not cool, but very good.
Very good.
Very, very good.
Wonderful. Well, great show. Thanks for tuning in to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. Thank you to all of our fans all over the globe. Big, huge shout out to every single one of you. Thanks for supporting the show. And, of course, other ways you can support. Hit up MikeMonster.com. Get yourself an official Bros Before Elbows t-shirt. And, hey, if you score yourself one, snap it. Take a picture of it and send it to us. We'll put it on our Instagram. So if you're rocking a Bros Before Elbows shirt, absolutely. We'll put it up on our Instagram. We'll throw it up on Facebook. We'll throw it up on Twitter. We'll do whatever. We'll do whatever, man. You can be in we'll put your picture in one of our promo videos. That's what we'll do. If you get a Bros, that's exactly what we're going to do. If you get a Bros Before Elbows t-shirt, we will absolutely feature you on our show, on our social media for freaking sure. And hey, if you're an international fan, oh man, and you're rocking a Bros Before Elbows t-shirt in United Arab Emirates or UK or Japan or Vietnam or South Korea or any of those spots, man, Germany, Canada, Iceland. I don't know. I don't think we have any Icelandic fans, but nonetheless, who cares?
Got to work on that. Got to start marketing to. I got to talk more Icelandic indie wrestling. But who's next up on the promo? Is it Theron's going to drop a maybe Instagram promo this week? Is Theron due for one? Is sunglasses?
I think the time is coming.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Cool. Well, that's something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. Somebody sent the Raven. Did we talk about Big Show getting?
Yes, we did. I don't know where you were.
We did.
Sounds like you were eating chicken nuggets or salad or something.
Haven't
Frosty?
done that. Nope. None of the above.
Very good.
Very good. Thanks for listening.
So we just didn't talk about Brock Lesnar then. That's what you're saying.
Well,
we think we did, dude. Briefly. There wasn't time. I was too busy talking about Jeff Jarrett.
It's all good. All I got to say is Brock Lesnar will beat Braun Strowman at No Mercy to continue his role as the reigning, defending, undefeated Universal Champion. Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, of course, because we're going to get him versus freaking Reigns at WrestleMania, bro.
Okay, we're back to this Reigns.
How'd you get back to Roman Reigns from that?
Stupid, dude. WrestleMania, whatever it's going to be this year, New Orleans, guess what? You're getting Cajun-style green beans. That's what you're getting. That's what they're serving. So enjoy it.
It's not even different seasoning. It's just like they switch the sign. It's like
canned green beans. That's what they're selling at the merch table. Roman Reigns, canned green beans.
I love how these wrestlers get these hilarious nicknames that if they were to ever listen, they would laugh. And then they call us to write their storylines to make them better.
Oh, yeah, dude, for sure.
I love it.
Very good. Elbow drop your friends, people.
Eat your